Hello, welcome to R2, in which we're going to be taking a look at prime numbers, which are my favorite kind of numbers, factoring, and LCMs, or least common multiples. I want to start with factors versus multiples, because a lot of times students know, well, there's this list, and I don't know if this is considered a multiple or a factor. And they're kind of the same thing, but going in the opposite direction. Let me start with an example. For example, the factors, let's take the same number of 20. Okay. Both of these are in lists, so we can put our little list with our little braces. So the factors of 20, well, the number that you're going to see in every list of factors, 1, because 1 goes into everything. And its partner in this is 20, so I'm going to put 20 at this end. So 1 times 20, 20. What else goes into 20? Well, 2 does, and 2 goes into 20 how many times? 10, so I'm going to put that 10 down here. What else goes into 20? 4, and 4 times what gives you 20? 5. So you'll notice once I get down to where the inside and the outside kind of meet, so you're going in this direction and its partners are going in this direction, 4 and 5 are right next to each other, so we know we're finished. Now, let's take a look at the multiples of 20. And remember, there are many, many, many of those. And I'm going to try squeezing them in over here. Just as in factors, this list of factors are the numbers that go into 20 evenly. Multiples are the numbers that 20 goes into evenly. So it's going in the opposite direction. So the first number that you can always put down with your multiples is the number you're looking at times 1. 20. The number you're looking at times 2, times 3, times 4, times 5, times 6, and you could keep going forever and not list all the multiples. So few factors, many multiples. Okay, next thing on our list are prime numbers versus composite numbers. So prime versus composite. Both of these definitions of prime and composite use counting numbers. So first of all, what's a counting number? Well, I would bet it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, blah, 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 blah. So counting numbers, we're not going to consider anything else other than counting numbers when we're looking at primes or composites. So a prime is any number that has exactly 2 factors. Can you think of any number that there's only 2 numbers that go into that number? Well, let's take a look at some numbers. Maybe you'll say, well, 3. So 3. How many things, if we list the factors of 3, how many numbers go into 3? Well, we know we can always start with 1 and its pair 3. Does anything else go into 3? Nope. So, oh, look, we've got only 2 factors, so 3 is prime. Is 12 prime? If we start to list the factors of 12, 1, 12, 2, 6, 3, 4, and they've met, so we know we're finished. Obviously not. It's got more than 2 factors, so we call that composite. And to the formal definition, composite is a counting number, it's pretty simple, with more than 2 factors. There's only one number that's not considered either prime nor composite, and that is our favorite number 1. And if you look at the definition of what a prime number is, because it seems kind of prime, doesn't it? How many factors are there of 1? Well, the factors of 1 are 1 and 1. So he only has 1 factor, so he's not prime and he's not composite. Other than 1, if a number's not prime, it's composite, and if it's not composite, it's prime, except for one. He just didn't get invited to either party. Okay, let's take a look at divisibility. You probably have an idea what that means. So we're looking at which numbers are divisible by other numbers, and it's kind of hard to know what direction we're going in there. So let's take a look. Let's ask the question, is 24 divisible by 3? And likewise, is 3 divisible by 24? If a number is divisible, this question of is 24 divisible by 3 is asking if you take 24 and divide it by 3, do you get a nice number? And 24 divided by 3 is 8, and I consider 8 a nice number. Likewise, 3 divided by 24, well, imagine you have 3 pizzas and you have to share that with 24 people. They're going to get a piece of the pie. They're going to get a piece of that pizza, not a whole pizza. So that, in fact, would equal 3 24s, or let's go ahead and say that's 1/8. So a number is divisible by another number. So let me just say it like this. A is divisible by, I'm just letting those letters stand for any number, is divisible by B if A divided by B is a nice number, and I'm saying nice number, but another way to think about that is if it's a counting number. And those are nice numbers because those are the first numbers that we become aware of when we're little kids. And that's the first experience with numbers. So A divided by B is a counting number, then we know that A is divisible by B. In order to determine if one number is divisible by another number, you can always divide it out. Is 243 divisible by 3? In other words, if we take 243 and divide it by 3, do we get a nice number? So let's try that. 243 divided by 3. I'll do this for you. 3 into 24, go 8. 24, 0, bring down 1, 3, 0. When we get that 0 down there, that means we don't have any remainder. That means we got a nice number. That's 81. So yes, 24 is divisible by 3. Now, shortly, I'm going to have numbers such as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and ask you if that number is divisible by 2, 3, 4. Well, let's start with 1. Is it divisible by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10? Oh no, we're going to have to divide all of those? Well, we've got some shortcuts. So we will take a look at those shortcuts, and I will see you in the next video.